Good evening, flops. I hope everyone is ready for another Vintage Cube video. Last league, we actually played a really cool mono white deck, Mox White. We even had a Mox Pearl, and we didn't trophy, although we did make it to the finals, and I had a lot of fun. I do enjoy mono white quite a lot. That being said, I am kind of looking at Thalia. I think Thalia is one of the cards we didn't have in our mono white deck last time, and it is really, really strong. I could also take Glorybringer. Glorybringer, I think, is a great red card, and it also cuts red completely out of this pack. We could take Sylvan Caryatid. That kind of does the same thing with green. Or we could take Course of Portal. It kind of goes in any deck. This pack's kind of weak overall, not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna take Sylvan. Sylvan. I haven't played Mono Green on this channel yet, and I think I've only played it once since this rotation of Cube came out. So I think this one I'm looking at. Ooh. Here we see Breeding Pool. Elvish Mystic is what I'm immediately looking at. We do want to play green. I love green blue opposition. That's one of my favorite decks. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take Elvish Mystic. If we took Thalia, I would take probably a Danto Vanguard, but I'm just gonna take Elvish Mystic. The nice thing about Sylvan Caryatid is that not only does it ramp you, but it's mana fixing too. So if you play like a green X deck, it can be great in those decks too. This pack has Gilded Goose, which is a 1 mana dork. It is mana fixing, but you can only use the mana once before you have to invest more mana. I also see Time Twister. I don't like playing Storm, but if we just spend our entire hand ramping, maybe topping it off with a Time Twister is like really good. I think I just want to stay mono green for right now. I think I'm just gonna take Gilded Goose. The other option I could take like Sundering Titan. That's a good like payoff, and it's good with like Channel. That might just be better than Gilded Goose, but I think I'm just gonna take the Goose. 1 mana dorks are super, super important for a mono green deck to do well. We see Ashiok again. This card keeps following us, but I'm not taking that. I think the choice is between Craterhoof and Plow Under. We don't know that we're playing black, and a 1 mana colorless elf. I don't think when we already have three ramp spells is not really relevant. Craterhoof is great. It's a great way to turn all your mana dorks into a win, and having it in your deck just gives you an out to top deck it. I do really like Plow Under. I remember reading like an article of someone saying how Plow Under is like awful, but I love Plow Under. I think it's cool. So hopefully that comes back. We're gonna take Craterhoof. Here we see another Finhorn Elves, which I like, or we could take Woodfall Primus. I think I might just take Primus. We've already cut the dorks pretty hard. We could always get Llanowar Elves, I think is in this cube. Maybe not. I kind of forget. I forget how many of this card there are. Because Elvish Mystic does the exact same thing. It just has a different name. And Llanowar Elves also does the same thing. I think that's also in the cube, so we could get another dork. I think I like just having another payoff. This is great to cheat out with Natural Order too. It might just be better to take Finhorn Elves. The issue is reanimator players will also take Woodfall Primus. I'm just gonna take Woodfall Primus. We already have a 3 ramp creatures, so here Chandra is probably the strongest individual card. Card draw and ramp is really nice, and it can immediately kill a creature, which I like. But I think I'm just gonna try to stay mono green. Nykthos is. I don't think I've ever played Nykthos. I don't know what deck you play it in. I certainly haven't played a deck that I think Nykthos is going to be good in. I think I'm just going to take Freylease. Freylease can be really good against certain decks. The -2 can be absolutely brutal. And if we do end up playing opposition, the +1's going to be great. I think that's better than just like a random Git probe in our deck. I'd rather just take the green card. Ooh. Ooh, this is hard. 1, 2, 3. Let's put this in the right spot first. So there is a green fetch. Green fetches can be good in mono green because of Ramanop Excavator and Tracker, in addition with like Courser and the other one that lets you play lands off the top. I do have a soft spot for Harmonize though. Card draw on green is pretty rare, and Rexage is always going to be really good in Vintage Cube. There's a lot of artifacts and enchantments running around. That being said, I think I'm just going to take the green fetch. I do really want to play opposition, so this also helps me do that if it does happen. Here, I don't think we're playing these cards. I think this card is like really bad, but maybe in our landfall deck it might be good. I think it's better than... Okay, we got Course of Portal back. There's a lot of black cards in this pack, so I'm assuming black is going to be open, but I don't think any of these black cards you really play, other than Overgrown Tomb would be good if we do end up playing black, but I think I'd rather just a Course of Portal. We can play it pretty early, and card draw is going to be great when we have so many mana sources in play. So someone is in mono white. We didn't get Thalia back, and someone took... what's it called? Someone is playing mono white, thankfully. I think we're gonna take ice here. We're probably not gonna end up playing it, but I think it's better than something else. Regrowth is usually better in the storm deck. Regrowth is also really good if we open Time Walk, but I think I just like Sun Enchant better. That's better if we open Channel. And nice, we got Plow Under back. These are two really strong big white cards, so I am surprised to see them both here. Maybe we end up playing green white. Maybe I'm supposed to take like Elspeth or something. I think I'm just gonna take Plow Under. I love Plow Under. I think it's fun. We'll take Selfless Spirit and Spectral Procession. These are all the cards we're not sure we're playing. I do love playing mono green or any sort of green deck in Vintage Cube. It when they don't have counter spells, it just feels great. Ooh, last pick Iona. That's interesting. We lost to a green deck in the finals last week. If you were there, so that was that was a great lesson as to what a green deck can do. Lightning Bolt is probably the individual strongest card in this pack, but we're definitely not playing green or not playing red. I really do like Ballista, especially we're gonna have so much mana, but I think it's between Green Sun and Garruk. Green Sun lets us grab a Dork for 2 mana, which I like. It can also grab you like other important like card draw creatures. And then like if you have a ton of mana, you can just grab like Craterhoof. It's just a lot of versatility. I do really like Garruk though. But I think Green Sun is better than Garruk because we don't have like Gaia's Cradle or anything yet. So I think I'm just taking Green Sun. I could see taking something else there too, but ooh, we got Natural Order. That's slam pick Natural Order. We have 2 great Natural Order targets to cheat out, Woodfall Primus and Crater of. So definitely very happy about that. As far as what we get back, getting a Power Stone back would be pretty good, which we're probably not. That card usually doesn't come around too many times. Yeah, we're not really playing any of these other cards, so hopefully hopefully we get that. Here, ooh, so interesting that Entomb's in this pack. We're not playing Reanimator, but that card is fantastic. Progenitus is another really good natural order target. It's like a guaranteed 2-turn clock. They need a Wrath to kill it pretty much, otherwise they can't. There's another green fetch which I like, but more importantly, I see Ramanov Excavator and Tireless Tracker. This pack is good. I would love to get back Progenitus, Ramanov Excavator, Verdant Catacombs. I think I'm just going to take Tireless Tracker. It's really, really strong. Again, card draw is kind of hard to come in mono green. Here we see a Trop, a Thrag. I'm actually pretty high on this card. I think this is the best land split because I think in green you're going to end up like having mana to cast this, and this effect is better than the black one. That being said, it usually does come around a lot, and I'm surprised to even see Trop this late. People take Trop like first pick. And if we do end up playing blue, which I would love to with like opposition, but we're not really an opposition deck. I think this is just strictly a mono green deck. Because other option is like Thrag Tusk. But Trop lets us take Polluted Delta on the wheel too. I think I'm just going to speculate on Trop. Seeing it go that late is interesting. Here, so Llanowar Elves is in the cube, I was right. I'm looking at Strip Mine. If we get Ramanov Excavator back, we're going to have a fetch and Strip Mine. That's like a way you can just win the game. And then there's 2 great green cards that we'd love to get back with Llanowar Elves and Garruk. So I'm just going to take Strip Mine. Here, I don't super love Vorinclex, although I have lost to it before, so maybe it's not that bad. It just seems like it's randomly like really bad, but the other option is like Trigon Predator, which we are playing those colors. Trigon Predator is probably good. Getting flying, but then like we're definitely playing blue. I mean, we do have great blue fixing. I think it's better than Vorinclex. Although being able to tutor for Vorinclex off of Plow Under, is that relevant? Or off of Natural Order? I'm just going to take Trigon Predator. It's another target for Green Sun if they have like a problematic green thing in play. Ooh, this pack's hard. Ugin's really great. You can answer pretty much anything once you cast it. But I think Jorga Tree Speaker is really great. It's basically just like a green Soul Ring. You play it on turn 1. Turn 2, you don't net any mana, but you play like another mana dork, and then you untap, and now you have a Soul Ring, a mana dork, and 2 lands in play. So you can go like land 6 drop on turn 3, which is like really, really nice. I think that's better than Questing Beast. I would take Questing Beast. I didn't like this card when they added it, but I am a fan of it now. It's truly can threaten planeswalkers like no other card can. Here, Fauna Shaman is usually bad, so I don't think I'm playing Fauna Shaman. I don't love playing a tap land. Um, but maybe I am. I might be able to take like a turn off here or there. I do like Cloud Skate a lot, actually. Just like bouncing their land buys us a lot of tempo. I think I'm just gonna take Cloud Skate. I would love to play opposition. Okay, we didn't get Excavator back, which makes Strip Mine a little bit worse, but we did get Garrick back, which I do like. Or maybe I think that was next pack, actually. We're not playing any of these cards. I'll take Omnath. That's probably the most likely of the bunch. Oh, it was this pack. All right. I do like Progenitus a lot as a natural order target, but since we already have Craterhoof, Woodfall Primus, I don't think it's necessary. We already have two great options to grab off natural order. And taking Excavator means that we can Green Sun for 4 to grab it and have like a Strip Mine loop, which is really good. And we got back Symbiosis, yeah. So green looks pretty wide open. Balance going this late is crazy. Balance is a really strong card. We'll take Parallax Wave. I love Parallax Wave. I'm just going to put these in the sideboard for now. So cards we're looking for, I would love opposition. I guess that's it. I don't know. I mean, we are playing blue, probably, so Ancestral would be awesome here, green Mox, but that would be good in like pretty much any deck, so. But we have Natural Order, Crater Hoof, which is something you want. We have Excavator, Strip Mine, I guess a Corsair or something would be cool. More Mana Dorks, probably. Someone took our Llanowar Elves. So someone's probably touching green, but I don't think that there's like another like super committed green player. I think we're the only one. So I don't think I'm playing Crystal. We got a blue Mox, which is awesome. I do have to pass Prime Time though. I think that a Mox is just gonna be better than Prime Time. Prime Time is really good though, but we don't have any. We do have Strip Mine. We don't have any value lands to get. Like we didn't take the Animate land. We're probably not gonna get Prime Time back. It's a premier green spell, and I wish we could have it in the deck, but I think Mox Sapphire is just gonna be better. Is that true though? If this is a green Mox, are definitely taking a heartbeat. Yeah, I mean, like natural ordering turn 2 seems like really good. I think I'm just gonna take the Mox. Me being upset and being like, oh, I guess I'll take the Mox. Like, oh my god, do you guys feel bad for me? I opened a Mox Sapphire, so now I can't take Prime Time. Oh my god. My life is so hard. Maybe Prime Time was the pick. I don't know. We'll definitely find out. Can we get past Mox Pearl? Interesting. I don't know that we're playing Mox Pearl. Having 2 Mox in our deck does seem really cool, but so does having Terastodon. Like Natural Order Terastodon is another way to win the game, but we already do have 2 great targets. We could take Uro instead. Uro would be great. Finale, I do like. Finale lets us grab Excavator if we already have Strip Mine in play, or if we have one of our fetch. This is actually kind of hard. I think maybe a colorless Mox is not what we're looking for. I pass up having 2 Moxes in my deck though? That seems crazy. Think I'm just supposed. I think having Trop and Misty. I think our fixing is good enough that just having a 0 mana rat that helps us cast like Plow under a turn earlier. That helps us cast Corsa Portal a turn earlier. Garrick. I think that's correct. Here, Casualties of War would be cool if we were in black. This card is absolutely amazing if you can cast it. The drawback is kind of that you super have to be green and you have to be black, which is not always the best color pairing. I think I'm just gonna take Acidic Slime. We can kill one of their lands, and that's really good with our 2 Moxes. You can also kill like other things like Oblivion Rings and stuff like that. It's really, I think that's just better than Kitchen Finks. I do like Phantasmal Image too. Phantasmal Image on like tireless trackers, like a ton of value. We can also like copy their creature, but I think I like Acidic Slime better, just to keep it more green. Because we also need green creatures to sacrifice to natural order. They can't. They can be a different color. Here, I like Wasteland a lot, especially with our excavator. But a lot of times, what happens is they're playing no non-basics, or they only have one non-basic in play. Cobra is great with our fetch land, which we have one of. Krasis is a great payoff, but it is two colors, so we're more likely to get it back than something like Lotus Cobra. I think I'm just gonna take Cobra. Yeah, another early ramp spell I think is good. More fetches would be awesome. We do need more playables though. We have what, 19? So we do need like 4 or 5 more. So hopefully we get Uro back. That would be cool. Or if someone passes us Oko, that would be really cool too. No opposition yet, but that's okay. Uh Silver in the library is really good. A lot of the times it's just like pay 8 life, draw 2 cards, which is nice. It's really good too when you have things that you could put back on top of your library. I'm kind of just looking at Solemn though. Solemn is like an awkward 4 mana ramp spell, and we're not playing an opposition deck, so having an extra creature in play isn't that good. I think I'm just gonna take. The other thing is library might come back. Solemn definitely won't. I think Sylvan's just way better. You're just gonna be stronger. I do wish we had a few more 1 mana plays. Like we only have 3, but we also have Mox, Sapphire, and Pearl. So our 2 mana plays are potentially our 1 mana plays as well. How come whenever I'm playing blue black, people like first pick Baleful Strix, but when I'm not playing blue black, this card is just like looping around doing whatever. Whatever. Here, I love Tanglewire. You all know I love Tanglewire. I will never not love Tanglewire. I could also take Poly K. It's just a 4 mana 5/5, which we could play pretty fast. Which could put our opponent under a lot of pressure. We can also Trinket Mage, grabs us Sapphire and Pearl. So it's kind of like just grabbing another land. It's kind of like ramp. If we had a green Mox, I think I would like that more. Because we don't really need double blue except for like maybe Cloudskate. I think I'm just going to take Poly K. I think we need more creatures in this deck. We need more playables too. Here, Deranged Hermit used to be super, super cool when Tooth and Nail was in it. Because you could grab Craterhoof and Deranged Hermit and just win the game like that. But I think I'm just going to take Coalition Relic. We're kind of not casting these big spells, though. We're kind of cheating them out. So maybe Primal Command would be better. This, like, nets us another card. Puts another land of theirs on top. Is that crazy? Taking Primal Command over Coalition Relic? We already have a ton of ramp. This does Mana Fix, though, which I do like. This lets us grab Ramanov Excavator, though. Yeah, I think I'm taking Primal Command. That's crazy. Wow. I usually never... Ooh, we got opposition. Ooh, that makes me regret everything, bro. Oh my god. I would take to... listen, I can't complain. We got it. I love this card. I'm going to take it. There's really nothing else that's exciting in the pack. I'm not sure that we're playing it or not. I have to think. There's a card in this pack we wanted that we did not get back. It was Prime Time, but I did expect that. I would be surprised if no one took Prime Time. So we're just going to take Stomping Ground, put it in the sideboard. We do get Uro back. Finale's also looking at me, and so is Terastodon. Again, we already have 2 things to share with Natural Order. I don't really see a reason. So I think it's between Finale and Uro. I think I like Uro a bit more. It gives us something to do late game. It's never like bad. We'll put Finks in the sideboard. Finks is good against aggro. We're planning to play game 1. And we did get Wasteland back, which I like. Put Ravages in the sideboard. I love Tanglewire. We have 2 Moxes, though. I'm probably supposed to take Trinket Mage, but you know I'm taking Tanglewire. Bookkeeper runes in the sideboard. Okay. This deck looks pretty spicy. We do have to make some cuts. I think I'm cutting Sundering Titan. I don't really have an intention of getting up that high in mana to cast a Sundering Titan with this deck. This deck is a little bit more low to the ground. We're trying to strip mine them. We're trying to wasteland them. We're trying to play Trigon Predator to attack their mana, and we're kind of a 3-mana green deck that just happens to have these 2 big things that we can cheat out with Natural Order. And that's very emblematic of like an opposition deck. This does make me really glad that I speculated on Trop and Misty. My mana is going to be way better for it. I do wish that we had more green fetches. That would be cool, but we prioritize other things, which is perfectly fine. This is, let me cut the lands. I'm gonna count Mox Sapphire as a land, but I think I'm not gonna count Pearl as a land because it's colorless. But then again, we're counting Strip and what's it called as lands. Uh, 16 lands. That's probably fine, honestly. I think the way our deck is fine. We'd be playing 17 mana sources, and then we'd have a bunch of creatures that could also get us mana. I think that's fine. The only cut I could see making maybe is like Poly K. I don't super see a reason for Poly K to be in here. But then we'd be playing a lot of lands. Let me try adding basic lands and seeing what it looks like. Okay. Well, I guess this is kind of a spell more than a land. Poly K, the only reason I want to cut Poly K is it's not good against combo decks. They're just gonna combo off. It doesn't really interact with their hand or anything. It's really good in against aggro. Like it's a very efficient rate, 4 mana for a 5/5, and then it can like eat some creatures too. So I don't know if it's a game one kind of card. Like if we end up playing aggro, I'll probably cut like Corsa Portal and put in Poly K instead. But I might regret it. I don't know. It is another creature, whereas Corsa Portal isn't. I think I'm just gonna cut it. We can always add it back in if I change my mind. Do I want to add? And we do have our mana could be better. We are playing Strip and Wasteland and then a colorless Mox. But we do have fixing via Gilded Goose and Sylvan Caryatid, which I do like. So I think we're going to be okay. All right. I'm going to take a snippet of the deck and then I'll see you guys in round one. All right. Welcome to round one. And tell our opponents to have fun. And we won the die roll, which is awesome. We're going to go first. This hand is fine. We have turn 1 Sylvan Caryatid, which I like a lot. And then if we draw land, we can turn 2 opposition. That seems really good. Hopefully we draw fetch. That would be ideal. We're going to keep. Caryatid is nice. It has hexproof, so they can't just like bolt it. We're going to be untapping with 3 mana. We do have a stop on their upkeep still from last league when we had Rich Import. We do not have Rich Import in our deck this time. Here we got Jorga Tree Speaker. I think I'm going to suspend Cloudskate and then play Tree Speaker. Yeah, because if I draw Blue Source, I'm going to be able to cast Opposition. So I'm just going to play Tree Speaker. I don't need the extra mana from Elfish Mystic. Play Tree Speaker and then pass the turn. We do kind of need to draw some stuff. They are just sitting on double blue, which is fine. Cloudscape ticks down. We're going to auto yield. We don't have a land. So we're probably going to do... We're going to attack for 1. No, we're not. Because we have to level it up. Yeah, okay, we're not doing that. I'm going to level her up. And then we're going to tap 3 for Ramanov Excavator. And then next turn we can play Portal. Hopefully a blue source would still be a really great draw. They would have to counter opposition or they'd be in a lot of danger. We're going to go... We're going to attack first. They take it. Then we're going to go for Corsa Portal. They're probably going to counter, but if we draw blues first, then we get to resolve opposition. This does play around Daze. Does not play around Spell Pierce, unfortunately. That would have been a reason to wait, but if it was like Daze or heaven forbid they just had to cast a regular counterspell, they would have been in a rough spot. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. We're actually only 2 mana off from casting Craterhoof, which is awesome. Fetch. They're actually under a fair amount of pressure from our board. Hopefully they don't have like Pyroclasm. That would be the end of the world. Hopefully we draw blue source here. That would be ideal. Green source is not a blue source, but that's okay. Let's see. So we're 1 mana short, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Critterhoof costs 8. And we're missing our second blue source. So how many levels? I could level this up 1, 2, 3 times, which puts it at 4, which means next turn I would be able to net 1 more mana. Okay, I think that's what I'm doing. So I think I'm attacking first. Right, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I can attack with Elvish Mystic. No problem. They take 5. We play our land. We're gonna level. We're gonna add 2. Level up. Level up. Level up. So next turn we can invest 2 mana to get 1 mana. So that actually doesn't work. Oh well. They're still not doing anything, which is good, I guess. I'm not sure what deck they're playing. So far, the only thing they've done is Spell Pierce us. Is this enough now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They haven't done anything. They don't have Cryptic. They would need Counterspell. I think I'm going to wait 1 turn, only because it plays around Daze, Miscalc, and Mana Leak. I think I like doing that. So we're just going to attack. Hopefully I don't regret that. They're not doing anything, and they're taking a bunch of damage this turn, so... Yeah, they're down to 7. Like, I would hate for them to just Wrath, or, like, counter and then Wrath. That would be really bad. I'm going to level this up to level 5. So now it's a 1/4. It won't die to Pyroclasm, which is cool. It will die to Wildfire. What is this? They're cycling Miscalc. Okay, good. So they were going to Miscalc our Craterhoof, which is not good. And now this turn, they have to deal with our board and kill Craterhoof, probably. So they have like Mox Wildfire. That would be pretty bad. Bribery is fine because we have Crater. That's still pretty bad. They can hit our mana sources, but we do have 2, 4, 6 mana off of just, or 7 mana off of just our creatures, which they can't kill with a creature from our deck. So they would have to kill all 3 of our lands and then have Daze in order to stop us from casting Critterhoof. So you don't get to see opposition this game, but they get to see the rest of our deck, which does kind of suck. It is good to know that they're playing Bribery. That card is pretty good against us. They are passing their turn. We will play Forest from our graveyard because of Excavator. So they probably should have hit Pearl, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Playing around Daze, so they would need Force of Will to stop this. And they would still take 2 overhead, so they're still not in an amazing spot even if they do counter this. They do have Force. Did we have lethal on board? If we didn't do that, they would have blocked 2 and would have taken 4. Yeah, we didn't have lethal. So that is fine. We're going to attack them for 2 overhead. So they are dead in 2 turns. Or if we draw a blue source, we can just opposition down their blockers. So our opponent is still in danger. But they do have 4 cards in hand and 6 mana, which is quite a lot. Oh, wait, maybe we should have... We might have... No, because I want to play around Daze. If we draw land, we can get a blue source by playing Lotus Cobra, land, getting blue, and playing opposition to win that way. Maybe that was better, because getting opposition countered is going to be way better than getting Craterhoof countered. Okay. So we can go for the win here. I'm going to play Lotus Cobra. We're going to yield. We're going to add blue. We're going to add blue. Then we're going to play opposition. So let's tap down their blocker. The counterspell. Cryptic, tap down our team. Fencer. Huh, what do they bounce? Probably Riftwing? They're going to bounce the spell. That makes sense. because we don't have more blue mana to recast it next turn. So they're going to go down to 2. We have lethal if we just swing out. No, we don't. They go down to 1 if we swing out. Which honestly, it might be worth it. If we swing out this turn, that plays really bad if they just have like a bolt or something. What do we have left in our deck to play? Release. They already took Woodfall Primus. I think we just full swing. They're gonna block Ramanop and Elvish Mystic and go down to 1. And then we have 3, so they need a creature that has flying next turn, or if we don't attack, they go down to 2. I think this makes more sense. It just leaves us with more mana in play. If we draw a land, we can recast opposition next turn, which would be really good. It might have been correct to just swing out there, but I'm not sure. They're still in danger. They play... Okay, we got it. Whew. They're stressing me out with all these counterspells. So we know they have Spell Pierce, Miscalc, Force of Will, Venser. So our spells are not guaranteed to resolve in any fashion. And they do Bribery, which is pretty scary. Luckily, we were head enough on board to where Bribery for Woodfall Primus didn't really do anything. As far as what cards I want to bring in, Tanglewire might not be the worst. That being said, I think it hurts us both equally, so I don't think I'm bringing it in. Soaring Titan would be cool, but we don't really have the... Actually, we did have the means to cast it that game, but that was kind of off of Jorger Tree Speaker being gross. We didn't see any artifacts or enchantments, so maybe I'm supposed to take a Predator. Poly K. I might just run it back. I don't think I'm playing Poly K. Although maybe. We didn't see like any of their deck. It just looked like counterspells and Bribery. I don't think I'm bringing Sundering Titan. That's a really great Bribery target for them. And I don't think I'm taking out either of my natural order targets because we can beat both of them. It's not like Avenger for Zendikar. I'd probably take that out if I knew they'd Bribery. I could see bringing in Poly K, taking out Trigon Predator, but I don't know that we saw enough of their deck that make that decision. I think I'm just going to leave it how it is. We'll see. Okay, I'm assuming they're going to pick to go first. So, last game we had a Mox hand, which was really cool. That would be cool if that happened again. We do have a Mox hand. Turn 1 Sylvan Library means that they have to force or what's it called in order to stop us from resolving Library, which I do like. So if they play like a tap land, that'd be really good. I think I'm going to keep it. Wasteland off the top would be really good. I am just going to go for it. They might Spell Pierce Mox Sapphire. Okay, they're F6. We're just going to play our Library. So they don't have Spell Pierce in their hand, most likely. Going to always yield. We would. How does this card work? Okay, works like that. We're going to put... We're going to put on top and we're going to pay 4. We're going to go Green Source Trigon Predator. Looking better than Poly K here. They might have to counter this depending on what's in their hand. They do Mana Drain. So if they play Bribery next turn, that would be really bad. Hopefully they don't play Bribery next turn. They do have Mana Drain in their deck, so once again, our spells are never going to resolve ever. Not Bribery, please, one time. This looks like Bribery. All right, they had Mana Drain Bribery. I don't know if that's a reason to not play Trigon Predator there. I think it's still fine. Or we lose our opposition because our deck gets shuffled. So that probably would have been a reason to keep opposition in our hand. We know they're not playing black, so they're not going to Thoughtseize out of our hand. So that, I think, was pretty troll. They're probably going to kill Sylvan Library, yeah. So now we are in danger. I think the play is we're just playing Trop, Elvish Mystic, and we're gonna try to get out of this somehow. We can plow under them next turn and then try to look for Symbiosis into something. You will take 6, unfortunately. The benefit is if we do kill Woodfall Primus, we actually get it back, so we get to kill one of their lands. Here, I would need a land off the top in order. Whatever we do is probably going to get countered anyways. I think we're just going to play Tree Speaker. And maybe we can jank them out with Craterhoof. They're F6, so that makes me think they don't have Venser, so I'm just going to attack them for 1 since we're going to take 6 next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 1 more land for Craterhoof. This also lets us have enough mana to cast Symbiosis next turn. If we draw land off the top, we'll feel silly, because I think Plow Undering them and then casting Symbiosis is going to be really good. I don't think we block this turn. We might end up having to block next turn, because we're going to be at 4. So this attack is fine. See what they do. Hopefully it's nothing. Mirari's Conjecture getting back Mana Drain. And then they get Bribery back the following turn. That seems pretty good. Rainforest. Interesting. So the thing is, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 mana that we can cast Craterhoof, but it taps Tree Speaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we can cast Craterhoof, but it taps Tree Speaker. The issue is we're not going to be like resolving anything because we know that they have Mana Drain in their hand. So I think the turn to play Craterhoof is now. The other option is we could Symbiosis and maybe get nothing because they already have our Primus and we have what's it called in hand. So I think we're just going to go for Craterhoof and not attack because they can't afford to lose Woodfall Primus. It's unfortunate that we don't get to attack. I'm going to cast Craterhoof. It is very unusual to cast Craterhoof and then not attack. Yeah, because we're dead on board if we attack. So we're just going to pass a turn. They have a kill spell for Craterhoof, we just lose. They get to bribery us, but we really don't have that much left for them to grab. And they probably know that. This will be their 3rd bribery that they've cast against us, so... is this thing's converted mana cost? I think I'm just gonna cast Plow Under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna Plow Under. They're 2 red sources. I think they counter this. I think they want to draw things. 2, 4, 5, 6. We don't have enough to play Symbiosis. So they do get a ton of mana next turn, but hopefully they have nothing. And then we just get to untap Symbiosis. That would be cool. All their things get countered, get doubled now, and they do have a ton of mana, so maybe that was stupid, but I don't know if not casting anything is any better. So they can double bribery us now. They're going to get to cast 4 briberies. They've casted 4 briberies in 2 games. That's literally ridiculous. Okay, they're gushing, which is still not great for us, but, you know, whatever. They honestly might be playing Storm. I don't know. They did return the islands, but they do get to draw 4 cards, and they have, like, infinite mana in play, so I'm pretty sure we're going to lose. Pyroclasm is gonna kill our dorks, which I don't love. That would have been a reason to be leveling up Tree Speaker, I guess. It doesn't... Oh, wait. It assigns enough damage to Craterhoof that Woodfall Primus actually is lethal. So they are playing Pyroclasm in their deck. Their deck seems pretty good against ours. Pyroclasm and counterspells is a great way to win the game. Okay. Alright. So we got mana drained. That's okay. Tried our best. Um, Again, maybe I just take out Woodfall Primus. Like Craterhoof is pretty bad for them. But like, what are the odds that they would have played it? If they literally didn't have Mana Drain, we would have been fine. So I don't know if it's enough to change our deck like that. Like just cheating out Woodfall Primus seems really hard for the deck to deal with. Although they could just bounce it, so maybe not actually. I think I do like Corsa Portal still better than Poly K. Um, Trigon Predator kills Mirari's Conjecture. That was the only thing we've seen so far, but it does dodge Pyroclasm, which I like. I think I'm just gonna run it like this. Do I want to bring in Tanglewire or Poly K? Tanglewire might hurt us more than it hurts them. That's the only thing. This doesn't touch artifact, creature, or land. This does make it guaranteed that we get to cast something, which I do like. This does stop them from bribery. Like, they have no ramp, and we do. I'm playing Tanglewire. I love this card. Sorry, Polyka. Alright, we do get to go first. Hopefully this is the third game in a row we have a Mox in our hand. It is not. If you draw land off the top, this hand's really good. If they have Pyroclasm, then we're probably just going to lose, so... Hopefully we draw land off the top. That's the dream. I'm going to play Elvish Mystic and pass the turn. I'd even accept a Mox off the top. I'd allow that as well. Land would be better, though. Get Probe gives them information about our hand. This hand might have been a bad keep, but if we just draw like land, we're going to be really good. That is a land, so I think... Huh. Alright, if they have Pyroclasm, I'm gonna rather have played the land. So we're gonna pay, and then we're gonna cast Tireless Tracker. Hopefully we rip another land off the top. They do Pyroclasm. We do unfortunately lose Tireless Tracker. If we do get a land, we can also cast Coercive Portal, but I think what I'm gonna do is just crack the clue to get Tireless Tracker out of dying range. Oh, I did get a land. That's awesome. We'll play a land. We are going to crack the clue. Always yield. Always yield. We are then going to attack them for 5. They go down to 3. We get to play Gilded Goose. Don't think they're going to mana drain a Gilded Goose. We get a food token. Then we will pass the turn. Now I feel really good about having taken, what's it called, out of our deck? They're repealing our food token, which is fine. Unfortunately, Gilded Goose doesn't have haste, so I can't just sacrifice it in response in order to remove that play from them. Honestly, I just want another land. A land is perfect. We are going to sacrifice a clue. Draw another card. We do get Plow Under. We can't cast it, unfortunately. We have 3 mana left with no blue mana, so I think that means that I'm just going to end up making a food token, so I'm going to attack them for 6. This is out of range of Vendilion Click too, which is nice. And then we're probably just going to make a food during their end step. This means that they can't, what's it called this? They have nothing to mana drain because we're not really casting spells. We're just growing our Tireless Tracker. So they are in danger. See what they do. They do have triple blue, so they could have Cryptic. I think they are in danger, though. Tireless Tracker is, I think, one of the best green cards in the cube. It's kind of like a one-man army. It kind of does it all. It draws cards. Show and tell. What could they be putting into play? What would I lose to? I don't have a counter spell, so I can't do anything there. I'm pretty sure I'm just putting Craterhoof into play. I can't think of anything else I'd want to put into play. than Crater Hoof. Just another 5/5 with trample. They do have Emrakul, and I think that means they got it, unfortunately. Maybe not, actually. Because they have to block. Yeah, and we're going to gain life off Gilded Goose. I think we're still okay, depending on what they draw. Freyalise doesn't do it. So they have to block Tireless Tracker. Oh no, we don't have a land, so they could block Crater Hoof if they want. They are going to take... They're going to take 6. I think we're supposed to plow under this turn. Either that, or we could just Acidic Slime, try to kill one of their lands. If their best play last turn was Show and Tell, I doubt they have something else, and that gives us another permanent play. I think I like that better. We can do that by sacrificing our food token, so we don't actually need to do it now. We can attack first. We're not just dead to Emrakul, but that actually was kind of fortunate. Assuming they block Tireless Tracker. Although, yeah, they're going to drop the Trampler. That probably makes sense, too. Now we get to main phase 2. The other option is Plow Under. That removes a ton of their mana. We have to sacrifice 2, 4, 6. That would only leave us with 1 creature, though. So, yeah, I think I'm going to Acidic Slime. This does kill 1 less land, but it gives us another permanent play. We're going to kill their red source, because Pyroclasm would be good against us here. And we'll see if they have it. Very glad I put Crater Hoof into play. If I put like Core Portal or something, we would have been in a way worse position. See what they do. They do have triple blue, so they don't have enough to Cryptic us. They don't have Venser. I'm not sure what they could have. We're going to sacrifice all of our lands and the Goose. They need like 2 creatures, and then they got it. Yeah, they need 2 creatures, and then they got it. I'm very glad I casted Acidic Slime. See what they have. I don't think they have it. I think we got them. All right, we got it. Oh, it's stressful. I'm surprised they have Show and Tell when they're playing against Mono Green, but it definitely was very stressful for us there. And they did get Pyroblast first, so they knew what we could put into play, but thankfully it all worked out. I'll see you guys in the next round. All right, here we are in round 2. We're going to tell our opponents to have fun. And we won the die roll, which is awesome. I'm going to choose to go first. I've won a lot of die rolls in this series so far, which is very fortunate. We're not going to keep this hand. We only have 1 land and a dork that needs more lands in order to be a dork. Like if we have Arbor, Dried Arbor in our deck that we could get off Green Suns, I'd do it, but we're not keeping this hand. This hand is much better. It is slower. I would love to see a dork in this hand, but it's definitely better. We're going to put Forest on the bottom, I think. We would love to draw Sylvan Caryatid. That would be our best draw. I might have been supposed to keep another land. I don't know. Tap land is fine. That is not a land, so we are sweating a little bit. Blue source off the top would be perfect. Specifically, Misty would be the best, because then we could grab it back later. That is the worst elf we could have drawn. If we had another land, it would be still bad, but better, because it doesn't tap until you invest mana into it, so we still just want to land off the top. A blue land off the top would be great, because we cast Trigon Predator and attack the Azorius Signet. That would be really cool. Coalition Relic, ugh. If we had played Trigon Predator there, it would have been over. We'd be in so much danger. We do draw a land, but it is not blue, which I'm not in love with. So we're going to level this up. I'm going to play Symbiosis, paying 3 life. Are they killing it? Ooh, that would be really bad. They're dismembering it. Okay, that's pretty bad. Actually, playing out Excavator, like we weren't really going to do that anyway, so... It's still bad, but it could be worse. They sequenced it well by waiting for us to pay first, so we couldn't tap it in response. We're just going to play the land. We're not going to pay life. We're going to pass turn. So they have a ton of mana in play, and we don't. So we are definitely in danger. Depending on what they have in hand, they could just have like 5 lands in hand, and we'll be fine. But we'll have to find out. Strip Mine would be a good draw. Because then we have Excavator plus Strip Mine. Be fine with that. Blue source would be fine. Another green source. It's not the best, but I guess it could be worse. We're gonna play Garrick. They have a counterspell. Oh, this is brutal. They have Mana Drain, but I don't think we were winning this game anyway, so it's fine. If we had turn 2 Coalition Relic or turn 2 Trigon Predator or turn 3, we would just win the game against them. Unless they have like a burn spell, of course, but it would have been really good. This is a great Trigon Predator hand, but now they have insane amounts of mana. They have the same cards as us, but more mana. You're definitely in danger. Let's see what they cast. Something red. Oh, free up storage space. I think I'm fine. Recruiter. Is this Kiki combo? I'd assume. Are they Seething Song first? I'm assuming this is Kiki. Oh, this is Glenn. They didn't see our hand, right? Oh, they're gonna play Glurp. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no way in this game. I think I'm just not gonna play any cards from my hand. Try to get more information about their deck because I don't think we're winning this. Interesting, their Seething Song Dismember deck. Interesting. Don't think I've ever seen those two cards in the same deck before. We really can't do anything. We play Coercive Portal. You know what? It's not very interesting to concede. Let's just play Coercive Portal. I don't know what we could draw, but we'll see if we can somehow tie this together. Maybe they accidentally vote for Carnage. Dismember into Mana Drain. Brutal. All right, we lost this game before we even started playing. Wow. They had everything and more. Yeah, they have a 4-stack GT. I don't see a reason to show them Wasteland. Wow, that is brutal. They get to draw 2 cards every turn. We are dead this turn if they so choose to kill us. So they don't need to show us any more cards, but we'll see. Maybe they accidentally vote for Carnage for LOL reasons. That would then we would actually be favored, honestly. I think they're reading carefully. It's the only way I can see them throwing the game is they vote for the wrong thing. All right, they do vote for Homage, so we don't get to wrath them for free. They have Glenn. That is unfortunate, but we're dead anyways, so it doesn't super matter. That was very unlucky for us. But that's okay. We have a lot of information about their deck. I don't think they're playing Kiki combo, or they would have grabbed Kiki off of Recruiter, so I think they're just playing, like, good stuff. It is important to note that they have DAC, so we actually don't... We have to be careful about our artifacts when we play them. And they do have GT too, so I can sweep up a lot of our mana dorks. I think that means I'm bringing in Poly K over Coercive Portal. We saw Glenn, which can counter Coercive Portal, but not Poly K. And then we also saw Dak, which deals with Poly K. So I think I just like having Polychronos. Also, if we monstrous Polychronos for 1, it dodges Dismember, which I like a lot. All right, we would like to play first. We do have Strip Mine and a Dork, which I like. All right, we're going to keep this in. We're going to play our beautiful little goose. We're going to strip whatever lane they play. They play a blue source. We're going to strip it. Yeah, I think that's better. We could wait a turn and then we could get like 2 Gilded Goose activations off, but I think it's turn 1 strip is like surprisingly super relevant a lot of the time. They do just repeat their turn cycle. You're going to pass the turn and just level up Goose. Hopefully they don't have another blue source, because then I won't be afraid of mana drain. They do have a blue source and they are shocking for it. So we're going to go to our end step. We're going to create a food token. We will draw. Do I want to let the mana drain me? I think I do. So if we play land Mox, we can Primal Command, which protects our natural order from getting countered. I think I like that because I think if we do this, they're going to think that we have nothing. I wouldn't be surprised if they're just shocking to shock. So we're going to put target non-creature on top of its owner's library, search for a creature card. We're going to do that one. They do have a counterspell. It is Daze, which is unfortunate. That is one of the less scary counterspells. So that meant that we would have been able to natural order maybe, but they also could just have a counterspell in their hand. Getting countered. Now they're probably thinking about whether they want to play a 3-drop or if they want to keep a what's it called up? Counterspell. Looks like they're opting for Coalition Relic, which works for us. So you're going to play a forest. We're drawing a lot of lands, but if we get to resolve this, it shouldn't be a problem. We're going to natural order, sacrificing Gilded Goose. Hopefully they don't have force. That would be pretty backbreaking. Here, I think we're just grabbing Woodfall Primus. It puts a big clock on them, which I like. The other option would be like Tireless Tracker, but I'd rather just cheat Primus into play, kill their land. Then we can pass. Now we have a 6/6 they have to deal with, and they need to exile it. Otherwise, we're just gonna recast it. We are pretty far away from recasting it. The other option would have been, oh wait, this kills any non-creature, right? Oh, I definitely should have killed Coalition Relic. For some reason, I thought I could only kill lands. That was stupid. I should have killed Coalition Relic. Coalition Relic's just gonna give them more mana and fixing. Mana Vault, this is gross. Their deck seems pretty good. See what they do. I do still have a 6/6 with Trample in play, and I am drawing live to pretty much any card in my deck. Seething Song. How much mana does this guy need? What are you casting? Glorybringer? We can race a Glorybringer as of right now. We do have a food token in play too, which is cool. Not sure what they're deciding. Our opponent is thinking. They're in the tank. They do cast Goldspan Dragon, which is actually pretty good for them here. I can't kill it, and it ramps them even more mana. I'm not sure how much mana they need, though. We do outrace them with our Woodfall. Which in 3 turns, yeah. But it looks like they have another spell. This is like Chandra, we're probably in really bad shape. Inferno Titan is also really bad. Ugh. Dude, come on. We literally have so many lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 of our how many mana sources? We have 8 of our 17. So we have about half of our mana sources. Well, plus the one in our graveyard, we have 9. So we have like more than half. And we've drawn 2 action spells and a goose. I feel like me saying I'm unlucky every game is like wrong. But it just feels like we're just unlucky. Like, what am I supposed to do? This is ridiculous. This makes it so that way, they're probably not going to attack with Inferno Titan, but it does mean that we are going to get bolted eventually. So it does mean that we're done 3 turns off Goldspan Dragon. So we do need to draw something to do. Ugh, gross. We're keeping the fetch in hand in case we draw a Tireless Tracker. It'll also be good if we get Sylvan Library. Ironically, Primal Command's probably our best draw. But it is in our graveyard. We got Dazed, cast Daze. They do still have a ton of mana. We are dead, and we get this turn, and then we get next turn. So we get 2 draws. Riftwing Cloudskate is actually not that bad. Riftwing Cloudskate is better than a land, but I could bounce back Woodfall and recast it. I feel like that's bad. Making them recast Titan seems kind of silly. But it lets us deal some damage, which I do like. I think that's what I'm doing. I think I'm attacking with Woodfall, and then I'm trying to bounce their Prime Time. Or bounce their Inferno Titan. Because then it eats up their whole turn to cast it. They do get to bolt us again for free, which is kind of annoying, but... 1, 2... 4, 5... I'm gonna cast... This is too much mana. This is 5. We're gonna cast Cloudskate. We're going to bounce Inferno Titan. And then we're going to play our Forest because that lets us crack our food token. We might still be able to bring this back. We're definitely not in great shape. We do have some good top decks, though, that we could get. Which would be super awesome. Cloudscape is definitely better than land. I'm very glad I didn't draw land there. Another land would have been... I don't know. Maybe I would stop playing Vintage Cube forever. That would have been really bad. They do only have 2 cards in hand, so I'd imagine it's probably like land prime time. Hopefully. They're tapping their mana vault, which makes me think maybe not. They are going to resolve that. I'm assuming they killed Whiffering, hit us for 1. Yeah, that makes sense. We do have a food to crack. We're just going to crack the food, then F6. So this makes us go down to 7, which means that we are just dead to Inferno Titan attack plus, what's it called, next turn. So we do need to draw something this turn. Maybe it's better to bounce Goldspan Dragon. Oh, it definitely was better to bounce Goldspan Dragon, probably. Dire Fleet grabs them Primal Command. Which means that we are going to draw land this turn. Alright, we're going to give our opponent the GGs. I hate saying I'm unlucky every game, but like, what was I supposed to do? I guess maybe not strip them turn 1, instead Gilded Goose activation, and then the following turn strip them. Then we would get like 3 more food tokens. I think maybe that's the only mistake I made. But then like if they play Signet, then I'll feel silly. It's just not a fortunate game. I don't think I played poorly. Maybe I did. I don't know. I think they just drew pretty well. We did make a slight mistake by not hitting Coalition Relic with Woodfall Promise. That was definitely a takeaway. It's very, very unlucky. If we knew they had Daze too, we could have went for Natural Order. That might have been better, but I was playing around a different card and they just had the other one, so it happens. I'll see you guys round 3. All right, here we are in round 3. We'll tell our opponents good luck, have fun. We do win the die roll again. We are very, very lucky with die rolls. This hand is a keep. We have turn 2 opposition. Or we can go turn 2 Corso Portal, which is probably what I'll end up doing, because I want to hit a land to plow under. Opposition's good when you have creatures in play. Turn 2, I will have 1 creature in play, but it'll be tapped, so I don't super see a reason to do that. This hand's great. What I like about this hand, an appropriate amount of lands, right? We don't have 1, but we don't have 6 lands in hand. You know what I mean? Last game, I'm still upset about last game. We didn't win a single game in last match. Like, Ugh, just modern tragedy. Turn 1, Elvish Mystic. I don't see reason to play Mox. Turn 1. I'd rather conceal it for a turn. They are playing white. We could get Tithed here. I'll see if they have it. I'm not going to play around like one random card in their deck. I think we play Forest here to play around Strip Mine, so that way we can cast Opposition next turn. Maybe I should actually be going for Opposition, because I think resolving Course of Portal matters more. No, they don't have a counter. We're fine. Next turn we're going to plow under them, so I think we're going to be okay. If they don't have a way to deal with Course of Portal, they're going to be in danger. So we get to draw 2 cards a turn. Repeal Signet is perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. So you're going to yield. We're going to vote for Homage. Carnage is the one that kills everything, which we don't want to do on our board. All right. We are simply going to play Forest Plow Under. Having Course of Portal in play and plowing them under is just really great. It's like a double Time Walk here. And Time Walk's going to be really great. We're drawing 2 cards a turn. They need Daze or something. They need a 0-mana interaction, and if they Daze us, we still get to eat one of their lands, functionally. So what they're drawing for the next 2 turns. They are still a little bit ahead on mana since they have a Signet in play, but they didn't... If they have another Signet in their hand, it'll feel a little whatever, but next turn we can Opposition tap down a land, which is good. They are passing the turn. Oh, they might have almost clicked through their turn. Oh, they... What? Are they... They might be playing Reanimator. Which means I think I'm just going to play Island Riftwing. Maybe not, actually. Because if I can just Riftwing whatever they reanimate, they're going to be in so much trouble. Just going to tap down their Rakdos Signet with Elvish Mystic. If they don't play land again, then I'm definitely not Riftwinging something back to their hand. Although maybe I am. Okay, they did play land this turn. I wonder why they didn't play land. I'm like genuinely confused. We're going to pick Homage. This Course of Portal is really good. It's going to draw us a ton of cards. Ramanop Excavator, which is another creature we can play, so it's fine. You draw Uro as well. I think I like playing Uro plus Riftwing. I can't do that. I think I like Uro plus Excavator for right now. So you're going to cast Uro. Then we're going to Opposition. Oh, wait, we have to place it on the stack first. We're going to do that one first. Then we're going to Opposition down their land using Uro. So if they have Swell Pierce or something, they don't. To gain a life and draw a card, we're going to put Trop into play. Uro's effect resolves, that's fine. Then we get to play Tree Speaker. I think I like Tree Speaker level up Tree Speaker. This gives us more mana next turn, and we just need 2 creatures to tap down their stuff this turn. Do we not have a stop on their upkeep? We're going to put one on their draw, too. This is beautiful. I feel so much better. I love stopping my opponent from playing the game. This is better than winning. I'm drawing 2 cards every turn. I'm tapping down all their lands every turn. This is absolutely beautiful. This is the way Magic was meant to be played. Get to Riftwing them next turn, or I don't have enough cards in my graveyard to escape Uro, otherwise I could. We do have to win eventually. That is on the docket. All right, they just concede. It's going to be a long game where I just bully them. Oh, they left the game. Oh, they might be mad. That would be perfect. That would be better than winning. That's a functional trophy. Again, like if you weren't here when I talked about my affinity for opposition, I play League too, League of Legends. My favorite champions are things like Janna, Lulu. I love stopping my opponent from doing things. I think that's so like curb your enthusiasm. I love stuff like that. That's why I think that's why I love Days and Force of Will so much. It's just like curb your enthusiasm. Like hold on. Like don't be doing all that just yet. As far as what we're changing, I literally have no idea what deck they're playing because they only casted Rakdos Signet and they never discarded hand size, so I haven't the slightest idea what's going on over there. That being said, I think we're just gonna run it back. I only saw islands, so Sundering Titan is probably not that good. I don't know. I'm just gonna run it back. This hand is worse, but it does have opposition in it, and we do have a turn 2 dork, so I think it's fine for now. We'd love to draw Gilded Goose. That would be our best draw. Looks like they might actually get to play the game this time. Or Blue Mox would also been really good. We're going to pass the turn. Our opponent finally gets to cast things. Hopefully they don't Ancestral us right here. Then it would be on. Then we'd be even. I wish I did have Ancestral in one of my decks this league, and I actually I think I went 1 and 2 with that deck. I literally never casted it. I never drew it. I was playing like an artifact deck. It was okay. I never got to cast Ancestral though, so it could have been way better. They don't have a land. Uh-oh. Are they playing Reanimator? Maybe they're just new to Magic Online and they're not used to like the priority. Yeah, that's what that just looked like. They're located in F6. Okay, they have the exact same turn sequence, so I still have no more information about the deck they're playing, which is okay. They have a stop on our upkeep for some reason. I don't think you can cast anything. They're thinking about gushing, maybe. All right, they let us draw. We're gonna cast Caryatid. I don't see a reason to play Trop. I'd rather just play Sylvan Caryatid. And so next turn we can cast Opposition. They do get to do whatever they want though. We can go Opposition and then the following turn Acidic Slime tap down one of their things. So they kind of have like a 2-turn window to do something. All right, they don't F6 through their turn again. I think maybe that's just what happened last game. They probably just are new to Magic Online and F6 through their turn on accident. Who knows? Maybe they're playing Reanimator. Ooh, they have Tolarian Academy. Spicy. What is this? Another Signet. Wow. Okay, so they actually have a ton of mana in play, which is not great for our opposition plan. And they have Emery. Hopefully they just mill 4 lands. Sword of Feast and Famine is pretty good against us. We do get to tap down their creature every turn, but we do get hit once. They're playing Elspeth, but they have no white mana. Interesting. And they have Metamorph in their graveyard. Ugh. It's actually it might be bad. Thirst for Knowledge 2 lets them essentially draw 3 if they discard an artifact because they can just target it with Emery. So that's pretty good. Actually, Opposition lets us stop Emery from activating, but we don't have a creature in play to do that. So a Mox off the top would actually be super awesome. Blue Mox. Blue Mox off the top. Primal Command. Primal Command's okay too. We are going to get hit this turn though. We can't stop that. But that's okay. We're going to cast Opposition. We're going to pass the turn. It would be, this is where like some of our drafting decisions might have been different if we got Opposition earlier, because like if I just had like Deranged Hermit this turn, then I would get to tap down like what, 6 of their permanents. It would just be over, but we don't get to do that here. Actually, if they want to recast Swords, they have to tap Emery, so they can't attack with it. What is this? They are casting Thran Dynamo. That's fine. They did Emery for something. Not sure what they target. Sort of Feast of Famine. That makes sense. We do get to tap it down though, so it's not the end of the world. I'm confused why they did an equipped sword. That doesn't make sense to me. Mox would be good. I'm not sure what else we would get that we wouldn't just want to acidic slime them. See what it is. Ooh. Ah, oh, that's really good. I think that's better than casting acidic slime. Because this gives us another creature in play in addition to not have, if we cast acidic slime, we have to tap Sylvan Curated, and then if we get like to have our turns with Trigon Predator, it should be pretty brutal. So what we do is during their upkeep, we tap down Emery. Does this is until end of turn? Oh, until end of turn. Okay, so I don't see a reason to tap it down now. So I think we tap down one of their lands at the beginning of their turn. I think we tap down Tolarian Academy because it taps for 4 blue, which is the most. Would it be worth taking them off white maybe instead? Is that relevant? They did discard Elspeth, so I'm not sure what other white spells they could play. Well, we're going to go their upkeep regardless of what they do. I think what we do is we tap down, because how much, if I tap down this, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, plus 7. They still have enough for Ugin, so pretty much anything they want. I don't want to get hit by Sword of Feast and Famine, so I have to leave 1 back. I think I'm just going to hit Tolarian Academy. I'm not 100% sure about that, but we're going to tap down Predator because it doesn't have Hexproof. They're going to float the mana, but I'm not sure what they're doing with it. They're doing nothing with it. So if they equip Sword of Feast and Famine to Emery, we can tap it as it goes into combat, which would be fine. See what they cast. They're casting something from their hand, I think. They need a flying creature, or I get to hit them with Trigon Predator. Teferi seems pretty good, so they can't bounce Sylvan Curated, so this worked out that I tapped Trigon Predator instead. At least as of right now. I'm assuming they're going to bounce my opposition. That's the most mana efficient play for them. Yeah, so we're just going to tap down Emery so they can't attack us with Sword of Feast and Famine. This does let us hit with Trigon Predator next turn, which is going to be good. Okay. They're going to copy Trigon Predator, I'd imagine. Oh, that's actually a good play from them. Because now, if we want to play opposition, we have to get rid of our own Trigon Predator, essentially. I like that play. That's actually a good play. Did not see that. And then, since we need blue, we would have to tap our what's it called? That's actually a really good play from them. That was a good sequence. We would have to tap Sylvan Caryatid if we want to replay opposition, and then we would lose one of our creatures that we could tap down stuff using opposition. So it turns out taking them off white would have been more relevant than Tolarian Academy. But, you know, I didn't know. If they have like an Eldrazi in their hand, that would be a reason to take them off Tolarian Academy. I don't know if we can come back. Actually, we could just tap down an Eldrazi using opposition. I think maybe it. But if it was like Kozilek, then it would be, they would still draw 4 cards. It would still be bad. But maybe that was the wrong play. They're going to play Metamorph. I'm assuming they do Trigon Predator. If they do something else, I would be surprised. Tinker. Okay. We'll see what they get. If it's like Bolus Citadel, that would be pretty bad. But if they just get Blightsteel, that's fine. Oh, like, it's not good, don't get me wrong. But, like, we're not just a Coercive Portal. Really? We're just going to kill it. Why would they get Coercive Portal? What? That seems like a weird Okay, that's fine. We don't have enough to cast that. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're short, obviously. Honestly, I think I kill Coercive Portal and then I Primal Command away what? I Primal Command away Sword of Feast and Famine because that's like a lot of pressure off them, off of us. I think I like that. Um, we're gonna play land. We're gonna attack them. This doesn't work if you hit a Planeswalker, right? Combat damage to a player. Oh, so I can't even kill Teferi, which is fine, I guess. The benefit of shuffling. Oh wait, I could like really screw them here. We're gonna kill Corsa Portal. I could tutor creature with Primal Command, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Sword of Feast and Famine on top and then shuffle their graveyard back in. This gets rid of all their value off of Emery, so they basically have 2 cards in hand and like nothing to do. I think I like that. So we're gonna put target non-creature permanent on top of its library. Target player shuffles their graveyard into the library. We want that one. We're gonna get rid of Sword of Feast and Famine. I think that's better than getting rid of like Tolarian Academy or something. Yeah, and then we can just acidic slime to fairy if we need to. It'll plus up to 2. I don't see us needing to, but we might end up needing to. We're gonna F6. Hopefully they don't just draw like an Eldrazi or something. That would be, or like Karn. That would be pretty bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think cast Karn Oregon. We kind of basically killed their Emery in the process. They don't have any targets anymore in their graveyard. Although Emery being in play does mean that we can't just acidic slime like their Thran Dynamo, because they're just gonna recast it. It's more of a tempo play. Blade Splicer is fine. We still get to hit with Trigon Predator. Phyrexian Metamorph on Blade Splicer would probably make the most sense to me. Sower of Temptation is probably game. Huh. That was a good last 2 cards to have, huh? Because I can't kill that with Acidic Slime. Huh. That's pretty bad. Because we can't play opposition now because they're just going to kill it. That was a good last few cards to have. We are going to block. I do like the attack from the opponent. Very saucy. There's no reason not to block. What could I possibly draw here? Get a plus to fairy too, which is like a little suspect. So we know they still have Metamorph in hand, so we have to be aware of that. I think what we're doing is we're going land, Sylvan Library, pay life for Acidic Slime. Yeah. I think this one's an L though, but we'll see what we can do. I need to play this first. We're gonna pay 3 life. An Acidic Slime. Acidic Slime doesn't kill the Golem, unfortunately. I don't think. They can just copy our Acidic Slime and just kill our Sylvan Library. 2, 4, 6, 7. So maybe that was wrong. I don't know. If we draw a land, we might be able to choose them out. No, we can't. Oh, it doesn't say non-creature. It just says artifact land. So we're going to kill the Golem. They can't recast it because it's a token and it removes a lot of damage they have in play. They can kill it anyways because of Trigon Predator. Yeah, what I should have done is just played Acidic Slime. Because then we'd have another blocker. Yeah, playing Sylvan Library there was kind of silly, I think. And then we would still have Symbiosis in our hand. 2, 4, 6. So if we drew a land, we could Symbiosis. Yeah, that was wrong. Methinks. They do have we saw Mind Control and Sower, so they are playing like multiple Steal Your Creature cards. What is this? Golos. Oh, their deck is cool. I am a little surprised that we're losing to the Blade Splicer. The Blade Splicer Emery deck. That seems kind of interesting. Wait, I thought they had. Oh no, wait, they. Oh my god. I'm literally stupid. They literally don't have what's it called in play. Or they don't have the clone in their hand. That was in their graveyard. They just targeted that with Emery. They didn't draw it. I'm playing around a card that's not in their hand. We can't block either of them. We take 4, they kill our boy, which is pretty sad. They get to plus to Fairy next turn, which is not great. Garrick is better than no Garrick. Could plus Garrick and then play out opposition, tapping down, and then it dies. I think I'm just Garrick and minusing. And I think I'm attacking. Well, they can kill Garrick if they want, so they're probably not going to bounce it. I don't want them bouncing our tokens, so I think I'm attacking Acidic Slime at Teferi. It has Death Touch. Okay, they just let Teferi go down to 1, which is cool. Honestly, land off the top lets us Crater Hoof. That would be +4/+4, which would be 9/12. It would be +4, 9 +7, which would be 16. 16 + 6 would be 22. So we could just cheese them out if we get to land off the top. Now that we have another creature in play. So I think we really don't want to lose this beast token. That's what I'm saying. Plus to Fairy. Hopefully it's a land. And then we draw a land and Crater Hoof them. That would be cool. I'd be down. See what they cast. This is whatever they top decked. Look, it's gonna. Oh, okay. It's just Colonnade. That's fine. We basically have 1 turn to draw land. Depending on how they attack. Obviously, they might still be fine. Slash, we would be dead. I'm assuming they're gonna hit Garrick with at least one of them, so we're probably taking 6. We have nothing to do about it anyways. They'll flying, so that's that. Garrick is down. Okay, we do get a draw step. And we drew Green Sun Zenith. What can that grab us? We can get 6 or lower. Not a lot. I guess we're grabbing Uro. 1, 1, 2, 3. We're 1 mana short of escaping it on top of getting its activation. So if we draw a land, then we get to escape it too. Although we don't have enough cards in our graveyard to escape it actually, so that doesn't work. Is there anything better than Uro? We don't have any lands in our graveyard for Ramanop Excavator. Lotus Cobra doesn't give us mana. You can get Gilded Goose or Jorga Tree Speaker. We're just dead on board next turn unless we cast Opposition. So let's cast Opposition. This might actually end up working. We have to cast Opposition or we're going to die. I did not tap this drop for blue. Or I didn't tap Sylvan for blue, rather. This buys us a turn. And then I think we just Green Sun for 2, and then next turn we might be able to kill them. Does this buy us a turn? We might be dead anyways, I'm not sure. We're going to grab Elvish Mystic. Get to tap down 3 things. We just tap down Celestial, Trigon Predator. We might be okay, depending on what they draw. We just tap down Celestial during their upkeep. And everything else has to go at creatures, I'm pretty sure. Okay, we're going to tap down Celestial now, using Elvish Mystic. And then we can tap down 3, or we can go down to 3, essentially. So I'm going to wait to see what they do. Do I tap down Thran Dynamo before they draw? 2, 4, 5, 6. We'd go down to 1. That'll leave them with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That takes them off Ugin. I think I'd rather just tap down their creatures, honestly. This lets us protect opposition, too. In addition. Oh, this is hard. Am I supposed to tap down Thran? Am I supposed to tap down one of their lands? I think I'm supposed to tap down the white source and then tap down Trigon, and then we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that doesn't work. Yeah. So not tapping down another land means that we get to protect our opposition, which I like. Okay, they're just going straight into combat. We're going to tap down Trigon Predator using Acidic Slime. We're going to tap down Golos using the Beast, because that's just the most damage. And then we're going to take 5. And that's just what we have to deal with. Honestly, land off the top isn't even that bad because it means that we don't have to tap Elvish Mystic in order to cast Craterhoof next turn. 2, 4, 6, 7, yeah. And then we should just be able to kill them. Although they're tapped out, they're attacking with all their creatures. So we go down to 2. They just get to plus to fairy. They don't get to bounce anything. You will take it. You go down to 3. Hopefully their hand is just land. That would be ideal. If they have a counter spell, we just lose, but we're going to just lose anyways. They plus. All right, we'll see what we draw. If we draw just a random creature, it might be worth. Okay, we drew land. We're just going to go for it. 7, 8. Please don't counter Craterhoof. Please. Or if you do, at least let it be days. Fingers crossed. Everyone at home, cross your fingers. I mean you. I know you didn't do it. Now you're doing it. Okay. Thank you. What is this? Commit. Oh, they're thinking. If they counter this, we are just dead. Or if they have a burn spell, we're just dead. Instant speed tinker. Are they gonna sower? Oh, they're probably gonna grab metamorph, sower one of our creatures. I don't know if that's enough. We will find out because we get to tap down their creature because of opposition. I think we're still okay. They grabbed nothing. Oh, they failed to find anything. All right, interesting. All right, we won. All right. Another 2-0. I'm not going to complain about or sorry, not 2-0. Another 2-1. I'm not going to complain about a 2-1. If you don't know about the prize structure of Vintage Cube, if you win 2 out of your 3 matches, you win what you put back in. And they are paid events. So, if you don't go at least 2-0, you lose money and they're phantom events. So you're not keeping any of these cards. So, going 2-0 consistently means I get to keep playing free Magic, which I love. I would also love a trophy. We did kind of get absolutely trolled game 2 by our own deck, but I got to play one of my favorite decks in one of my favorite formats. I love green blue opposition. I'm so thankful I got to play it, and hopefully the deck we play next time is going to be sweet. I have been making a ton of these. I quite enjoy them. So again, I'll keep going until the Vintage Cube season ends, and then I'll probably stop. And then when it comes back, I'll keep going. So if you're like me and you love Vintage Cube and you don't really like Modern or any of those other formats, feel free to subscribe. I'm not gonna clutter your subscriber box with tons of uploads. Yeah, there probably won't be one of these either tomorrow or the next day. I know I've been uploading one every day, which is pretty sustainable actually. Again, they're pretty easy to make, but I do have a busy few days. I'll see what I can do though. I'll try to feed the children. All right. All right. I'll see you guys in the next one.